When I was in high school, I used to sell chin chin, this snack. Yes, all this chin chin, all these peanuts. And I started my business like I used to like my food money, my money to go to school. I saved it for a good period of time before I started my business. Okay, so this is what like pushed me to start my business in school. So I just woke up one day and I spoke to myself. I was thinking, I asked myself, okay, what am I doing? I'm just going to school. I don't even have a source of income. And my pocket allowance are not always like, I have pocket allowance too, but my pocket allowance are not always sure. They are not always. So that's why I decided to start a business. So I started my business, since I was living with my father. So my father never knew I was selling peanuts in school. It was between me and me. No, my father, because back then I was living, we're living the both of us, I and my father. So I'll leave the house. What I'll do is I'll leave the house. Then I go to the woman who is always delivering the peanut to me. So I will go there and I'll buy peanut for 4,000 francs CFA. I will buy peanut for 4,000 francs CFA, and my gain in the 4,000 francs CFA is 1,000 francs CFA. So I was going to school and I was selling peanut. So what I'll do is, when she put the peanuts, I will carry my bag and go to school. My bag will be heavy. My school bag will be extremely heavy. If you see my bag, if you could have seen my bag back then, you would think that I've put a ton of blocks inside. But this peanut, no book, even one book, I never had inside my bag. It was just peanuts. It was just peanuts. So I'll go to school. First, let me tell you guys how I started selling. I started selling like this. I will sit down. I won't walk. I won't walk with it all. I'll just be shouting, peanut, 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 peanut. So I realized that me sitting there and be shouting was not changing anything. It's when I started like waking up, it's when I wake up, I started selling. Like I was walking around with it, that I was really like, the market was really going, like the business was evolving. So I was selling, and my classmates, my desk mates, they were kind of like, wow, that's great, wow. I love the way you sell, that's good. Then one amongst them decided to start selling too. She told me, if I want to start selling, no. I told her, my dear, you're free to start selling. No, you're free. Start selling. So she bought her peanuts. So since she said she'll start selling, she bought her peanuts. Then later on, she was kind of like, she was fed up. She said, how are you really making to sell? How are you selling until that buy until? I told her that, my dear, there's no magic. What I'm doing is, I will simply take my peanuts with me. I'll go and present it, sell it, walk around, and sell. I don't care. I'm not looking at who is looking at me. I don't care who is looking at me. My own, I say I want to sell. My own is I want to sell, have my money. Then she was like, because me, I'm timid though. I'm shy. I want to sell, but the people are looking at me. She told me, I was just like, people are looking at you. What does it really have to do with you? So this girl in question was very shy of selling. She was so timid to the core. She was timid. She was shy. She was kind of like not putting in efforts to sell. So let's keep my experience aside, and I really want to say something. Let's now get into serious things. No matter who you are right now, no matter who you are, if you want to start up a business, let's even put business aside. If you want to start up with entrepreneurship, yes, entrepreneurship is like creating something. It's like saving money to create something that will give you more money. That's entrepreneurship. But no matter what, if you're starting a business or you're doing entrepreneurship, please, the number one thing you should avoid if you want your business to grow, if you want your entrepreneurship to grow, this particular, how can I call it? I can say it's a virus. I can say it's a sickness. It's a disease. This particular virus that is making people to start up a business, to start something that will benefit them in the long run, then all of a sudden they just stop. The number one thing to avoid is shame. That's the number one thing. That's the top thing to avoid. Is shame. Is shame. What made me successful when I was selling in school was visibility. That's the first thing every businessman or woman, every entrepreneur should have. Visibility. Make yourself visible. And back then in high school, I was like, my market was going. Things were going so well. I was selling. Of course, I was always catching sales. No day passed when I was not catching sales. You will never hear me. I'm like, oh my God, today I didn't sell. Oh my God. Never. I was always catching sales. I was catching sales, guys. Why? It's not because my peanut was too sweet. It's not because I was too special. It's not because of this my fine fix. No. It's not because of it. But what really made me to catch sales is my visibility. I was always making myself visible. I was always showing up, even when I never felt like showing up, because I know what I wanted. I was always showing up. I was making myself visible. When you make yourself visible in your business, even if your product doesn't seem to be the best product, people will still come and buy you because why? You've made yourself visible and people know you. Now, somebody wants to let me take for a reference. One time I was scrolling on TikTok and there's one girl, she said that, okay, guys, good morning, I'm a beautypreneur, but I don't know, I always feel ashamed, I always feel shy to post the content. Before I commented, I told her, my dear, right now we're talking about something that puts money in your pocket and you're telling me that you're shy, you're telling me that you're timid. What are you telling me, that you're timid? You're telling me that, okay, you don't want to post the content about what you're doing. How will people see you? How will people know you? How will people know you? How will customers meet you? You're telling me you're timid. Don't joke about putting money in your pocket. You better just start creating content. And she was like, wow, thank you so much for the motivation. Thank you so much. Guys, avoid shame. The first thing you need to do, and I've also realized that when people start a business, they stop. Some people start, then later on they stop. They have not even started gaining a business. They just waste money on something that, if you know you waste money when starting, then you know you stop. You know you'll not be consistent. You better not even put money there. You better not put money there. Because you've wasted. That money has gone for waste. Yes. So, always be visible. Make yourself visible. Leave shame. Don't be timid. Don't be timid. Don't say, oh my God. Stop it. So, like there is no tomorrow. So, be able to carry your load on your head and sell. Show people what you have. Show people what you're doing. If people don't see what you have, how will your market go? How will things go? How will you do sales? Show people what you have. You're so timid. You're so casual. Me, I'm an extremist. When I want something, I go extra miles for it. That's who I am. I don't like settling for less. I go extra miles for it. When you want to start a business, don't be timid. Don't be timid though. I'll use by this phrase. There are many things you should avoid, but this particular one, I'll use it. Shame. Leave shame. Because shame is the first thing that will really make business owners to... What? Shame. Shame, oh. It's not like you don't have enough capital. Yes, to have enough capital is like, okay, insufficient funds is also a problem. But even with less funds, no money is too small to start a business. Start with what you have. Start with what you have. Some people are saying that when I'll be ready, when the money will never increase, my dear. Start with what you have. Start with what you have. So leave shame. Leave shame. In order to start a successful business, leave shame. I rest my case.